I'm Billy Harris. You're hanging with Harris. We're at Baby Blues BBQ in West Hollywood, California. Gonna meet my good friend Danny Fischer, and we're gonna go cook some ribs. Let's go check it out. Danny, how are you?
I'm hanging with Harris. Can't be wrong.
You are hanging with Harris. Cheers to that. All right, Danny. How does a guy from Philly open up a rib barbecue joint in LA? That's my first question.
My father had barbecue restaurants. That's where I grew up doing.
In Philly, though?
In Philly, yeah. And then my partner, his family had soul food restaurants in Hogansville, Georgia. They had a soul food restaurant there. So, and me and him have been friends for 20 years or so, and then we decided to open the joint. He brought the soul food element. I brought kind of the more rib and
I like the rib joints in Philly. You don't think you can get ribs at joints in Philly, but you can, right? We're going to get to a rib down in a minute, but what kind of ribs are we doing? Is this a family recipe?
No, we're doing basically we call Memphis rib. It's a St. Louis rib. I'll show you when we get back there, but it's a Memphis-style rib.
Right.
And I think it's probably, I can't say signature because we take a lot of pride in everything we do, but it's probably one of the more unique ribs. You can't get that kind of rib around here. Yep.
Now, do you do other styles as well?
Yep, we do. Basically, people ask us what kind of barbecue we are. I always say we're hybrid. My answer is hybrid because really our sauce is North Carolina sauce. We have Cajun style shrimp, grilled prawns. We have a Memphis rib. We have, we've kind of run the gamut.
Sure.
We have Texas beef rib.
So it's a whole plethora.
It is a plethora. So pigeonhole us into one region doesn't really do us justice.
Now, cocktails, which we're having, which are quite delicious. I was told this is called the Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger. Yeah, this one's it's a blueberry basil lemonade and vodka. This one we kind of have fun with because you don't usually have vodka with barbecue.
Right. All right. I think we're done talking about it. Can we go make some ribs?
Done.
All right, we're going to go make some ribs.
Bringing the cocktails, right?
Yep, we're bringing the cocktails. All right, Danny, we're in the kitchen. We're going to do the dry rub, right? And this is the Memphis pork rib.
This is our Memphis-style pork rib. This is basically, it's a St. Louis cut.
Okay.
So if you want to get technical, it's St. Louis cut. It's the spare rib, and then you shave off the brisket bone.
Okay.
It's a rich man's pork rib. It really is.
All right, I got it.
Because the spare rib's got the brisket bone and all the fat in there.
Sure.
The St. Louis cut is probably the best cut you can get, in my opinion, of a pork rib.
Right.
So we do a Memphis style. We do a dry rub on it and a slow smoke. And then that's going to be what we're going to do.
So the journey right here, it's going to be the dry rub, then we're going to go to the smoker, then we're going to finish on the grill. All right, I'm just watching.
So you're basically going to just rub the dry rub in there. The dry rub is made with 19 herbs and spices.
That was my next question. So
and brown sugar. We're almost 50% brown sugar, 50% 19 herbs and spices.
So it's got the sweet, it's got the spice.
Yep. Now this is going to, because there's brown sugar in it, when you cook this, there's going to be a bark on it.
Right.
I personally love the bark.
It's that crispy, it's seared, it seals in all the juices, right?
And that's not for everybody. I like it. That's what we do.
So this is dry rub. We're going to go right to the smoker.
We're going to go to the smoker with this.
Let's go to the smoker. All right, so we did the dry rub. Now we're going to the smoker.
This is the smoker. This is our little baby. This is our southern pride. Basically, so these have been marinated. We're going to put them in here.
Right.
We're going to smoke these about 5 to 5.5 hours.
Low temperature.
Low temperature, about 210, 215.
So it's real low and slow.
Low and slow with hickory and applewood. So we're going to, when we put them in here, these are basically they're just going to rotate for about 5 hours. And then some you're going to get a thicker cut. You just check them. You check each one. You pinch them. And if it's ready, you pull it out.
And it sure smells great. Is that from the wood?
That's from the wood. Yeah.
We're going to load this up right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's load it up. Right.
Now, get this, and then we're going to take the log. Crank it. Now this, you put that in there. As soon as I turn this on, flames are going to burst out of there, and they're going to burn that log, and they'll burn it up. Yeah, it'll smoke it'll probably get an hour and a half on that one. That's a big log, maybe even 2 hours of smoking.
So when you do another batch, you put it in fresh log?
Yep, fresh log every time we do another meat out of it.
So we go to the rub, 4 or 5 hours in the smoker. We're going to go finish on the grill.
Yeah. Now this is the rib. This has been smoked. Yep. And you can see how it's got a little bit of the dark coloring.
Yeah,
That's from the sugars on it.
Boom.
That's from the brown sugar.
And we're not going to touch it right now, right?
We're not going to touch it.
And we're not going to sauce it.
No, we don't sauce it until this sucker is bubbling. When it's sizzling all over.
Just let nature do its thing right now.
Yep, let nature do its thing.
So we're going to let this sit. We're going to let it cook. Boom. We'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, so Danny, it's been 5 minutes. We're going to give it the turn and give it some sauce, right?
So
see, now look at that. That's a thing of beauty.
See that? Once it's bubbling,
it's just crackling, it's sizzling, it's sealing in the juices.
We're just going to hit it with a little sauce.
It's funny. It's pretty light on the sauce. You guys actually don't go overboard on that.
No way. We'll do this much.
I like this little technique.
The light sauce. That's about all we're going to sauce.
Really, that's it for that whole rack.
That's it.
Boom. All right, we're going to let these finish, and we're going to sit down and try some ribs and wrap it up. All right, let's get into this bad boy. This is low calorie.
Sure it is.
Sure it is.
Whatever makes you feel good.
Sure it is. Whatever makes you feel good. Should I take a? Do I have a choice? I can do what I want. Spot, hot, spicy.
I like the ribs like this. I like them just the way they are.
Just don't touch them?
I do.
All right, let's give it a go. We're messy now. Danny, I'm going to shake your hand anyway. I'm going to wipe your hand. Thanks for hanging with Harris.
Thank you for letting me hang with Harris.
Of course. Go to Baby Blues BBQ, Venice, West Hollywood, San Francisco, and of course, Philadelphia.
And of course, Philadelphia.
Philly. Cheers. We'll see you real soon.